Welcome to Tales of the Lesser Medium, a podcast that pokes fun at video game narratives. I'm your narrator, Caleb J. Ross, and I'm joined by my co-host.
Mother, tell your children not to walk my way. Tell your children not to hear my words, what they mean, what they say, mother.
How's it going?
That's very kind of that creep to warn the mother of him, you know?
Mother!
Hey, I'm a creep. Just letting you know, because I'm also kind of a nice guy, yeah. My name is Danzig. All right, that was my co-host, Travis Terry. As always, we'll be talking you through our favorite video game franchise narratives, interjecting with all sorts of hilarity and make-em-ups along the way to make you laugh and to make us fear that in the future, when dinosaurs, of course, roam space, we'll all still have bland names like Patrick and Sonia. Come on, Capcom. Where are our Neos and our Xylers? Huh?
Oh, I love a Xyler. I love a Xyler.
Or you will in 500 years, maybe,
Yeah.
if Capcom gets their name brain out of their ass. Today, we're diving into the third entry in the still redundantly named Dino Crisis. Dino Crisis 3, released in 2003 exclusively for the original Xbox, is an outright shit show of an experience. First off,
Amen.
Our story takes place over 500 years in the future, which means none of the characters from earlier games are here. No Regina, no Dylan, and unfortunately no Gale, or even no David Fork, as they both died before their respective games ended. But now, 500 years in the future, they're all dead. Kaput. Gone the way of the, well, of the dinosaurs. You get it.
Yeah. And the real dinosaurs are who we became along the way.
Oh, that's a good message. Thanks, Travis.
Yeah.
And if that wasn't jarring enough, this game doesn't even take place on Earth anymore. Not even in the fake prehistoric Earth where Kansas is a jungle island. Nope. Instead, we're floating around a derelict spaceship called the Ozymandias, I think, in the year 2548, where dinosaurs are no longer ancient reptiles. They're genetically engineered mutant nightmare fuels.
Which isn't all bad, since nightmare fuel is what we signed up for with the series. You know, survival horror. But unfortunately, the only nightmares you get from Dino Crisis 3 come from how bad the game is to play and not at how good it is at scaring you.
Since our old pals Regina, Gale, and Dylan are long dead and fossilized, let's meet our new protagonists, Patrick Tyler and Sonia Hart. Boo. Names just didn't advance that much in 500 years, unfortunately.
Yeah, and then Patrick's Tyler, even his last name is just a rehashed old first name.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Patrick Tyler, he's your classic young, brash hotshot in the Special Operations and Reconnaissance Team. SOAR. SOAR also is what that would be pronounced as. Patrick is impulsive, overflowing with confidence, and about as subtle as a meteor strike. Which, considering the content of this episode, I guess that's nice. He's known for his bravery, his deep sense of duty, and of course, his inability to think before leaping jetpack first into danger. He lost his parents young and joined the military to find purpose. Lost him at a Walmart, I think, which is weird.
Well, thankfully, he found that purpose. His
good,
purpose is now excelling in close quarters combat and showing off his jetpack-style propulsion suit like a kid with a new bike. I'll say that about this game. There are jetpacks, which is fun.
Mm-hmm. Sonia Hart, on the other hand, is the brains of the operation, a lead operative in SOAR. She's strategic, disciplined, and the perfect counterbalance to Patrick's reckless energy. She's a master of tactical ops and systems analysis, making her the designated smarty pants of the duo. Sonia is also a crack shot, ridiculously tech-savvy, and generally the reason anything gets done without exploding.
She's basically Regina, but without the pink hair.
So not at all Regina? That's what you're telling me, Travis? The pink hair made Regina. Without the pink hair, Regina is just like, I don't know, Sonia Hart or some shit. So of course, she needs the pink hair.
Right. It's kind of like Michael Jackson without the gloves. Like, come on. You know, I see where you're coming from. Yeah.
We meet a few more. One glove. Gloves plural? Famously, just one glove, dude. I think.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, what was I think? I was thinking of OJ. No, he only had one glove. Damn it!
It seems weird that you can't mention one person that wears two gloves. That seems like
Who
the
wears
default
two
method,
gloves?
but
That hind catcher for... Nope, still just one glove. God damn it.
We'll meet a few more SOAR members. That's hard to say. We'll meet a few more SOAR members along the way, but for now, Patrick and Sonia are our main playable characters and our only hope of surviving this mutant dinosaur space disaster. Gale radios in from heaven.
Hey gang, it's me, Gale. You don't know me, but I was around to help Regina stave off actual dinosaurs on a planet we called Earth. Take a lesson from me. I didn't believe in dinosaurs. In fact, I never believed they existed for even a second, much less re-existed with me in my own time. I was wrong. Okay, take it from me. If someone says there are space dinosaurs afoot, you better be looking out for goddamn... I'm sorry, Jesus. You better be looking out for goddamn space dinosaurs. Trust me.
I like that in heaven, this is what I've heard of heaven, okay? I've heard that in heaven, they have limitations on phone usage, much like in prison. So I actually am quite proud that Gale decided to use his 20 seconds of phone time once a week to warn Regina, or warn the future people. That's nice, man. Because I'm sure his second choice would have been just like, I don't know, trying to get like the lotto numbers or something for a lottery that long since expired, and he has no chance of winning. I don't know.
I've been up here for 500 years. I've ran out of people to talk to. You guys seem like you'd want to listen to what I gotta say. You know?
It's the year 2548, and a long-lost research spacecraft called the Ozymandias, which has been missing in space for over 300 years, suddenly appears out of nothingness, because there's no air in space. It just appears like right near Jupiter or somewhere around there. I think. Now, this would already be eyebrow-raising enough on its own, but here's the kicker. The ship is heading straight for Earth, which strongly suggests it's not just some abandoned space ghost ship drifting around. Someone or something must be steering it. Naturally, this calls for the ever-competent military task force known as SOAR, who are dispatched to go have a little look-see and figure out what the heck is going on.
Love this premise. Love the idea of a spaceship materializing out of nowhere and near us. Oh, I love it. I love it, and I love it. Love it now with me, because it will get worse very soon, and none of this will in any way, any longer, be lovable. Let's love it now. Fun premise.
Fun fact, the ship they take to get there is called the Regina. Yes, named after everyone's favorite right-hand protagonist from the earlier game, so even though she's long gone, her name is still flying around in space, probably doing a better job than this game did.
Yeah. We did mention earlier her hair was pink, and sometimes it was on the PS1, so back off, everyone. We know it's supposed to be red. Whatever.
Anyway, as the SOAR team approaches the Ozymandias, it suddenly fires a massive laser blast at them without so much as a hello. Though honestly, a hello first might have been more concerning somehow. The explosion tears through their shuttle, killing one of their squad mates, Carlo Milan, and heavily damaging the Regina. Their commander, Jacob Ranshaw, and another squad mate, McCoy, are left unaccounted for.
Sir, SOAR to Houston, do you copy? We've been shot right in the vagina. Over.
I do not copy. Where were you shot? Over.
Sir, we've taken a big one, a huge one right in the vagina, sir. We're losing men from her, sir. They're spilling out of her, sir. Over.
Well, once again, soldier, I don't think I'm hearing you correctly. It sounds like you're talking about your ship, the vagina. Over.
Sir, yes, sir. The vagina has been knocked up, sir. The cock is leaking, sir. Men are dying. Sir, I'm extremely polite, sir. I use sir all the time, sir. The air regulator is busted and there's been a fuel leak, sir. I repeat, it's very warm in here and wet in here, sir, inside the vagina. Over.
Roger that. Sending you the pussy repair protocol stat. Over.
Copy that, sir. Over, sir.
At least my character did understand everything despite the static. He said he's setting the right repair protocol. That's important.
Yeah. It's like it sounds like their pussy's not feeling good.
that protocol, that whole team is like on cloud nine, man. They don't get this opportunity very often,
It's true.
This leaves our heroes, Patrick, Tyler, and Sonia Hart, as the only known survivors. They strap on their jetpacks, grit their teeth, and make their way across the void to board the Ozymandias for that little look-see we talked about earlier. The jetpacks, by the way, are like sleeker, cleaner, more performance Reginas. I believe they were manufactured in Brazil. So once aboard the Ozymandias via their Brazilian Reginas, Patrick and Sonia begin their grand tour. The corridors are cold, metallic, and honestly suspiciously well intact for a ship that's been floating through space for centuries.
Man, they must have like a goddamn space butler up here.
Then, surprise! In stumbles the previously unaccounted for McCoy. He somehow survived the explosion and is already mentally spiraling, muttering about how rescue probably isn't coming anytime soon, unlike the Regina, which tragically turns out to be the understatement of the millennium, because before he can even finish his panic monologue, chomp. Yeah, that's the sound of an enormous set of teeth clamping down around him. A massive jaw hoists him up like a chew toy, and a single violent neck fling slams up against the far wall, splattering him like a bug on a windshield.
Wait, how do we know that he was the real McCoy?
Oh, God.
Oh, wait, nope. Here's his blood-soaked ID badge. Yep, it was him.
The creature responsible is, well, technically a dinosaur, but not the kind we've come to expect from this series. This thing has sinewy skin that looks like exposed muscle wrapped in dark stone-like armor. Basically a metal dinosaur wrapped in beef jerky. It's far more menacing than any of the Earth dinos we've tangoed with before.
Jerky. And it sounds far more delicious.
Patrick and Sonia back away, guns drawn, ready to fight for their lives, when the dino suddenly pauses and looks around like it hears something. Then, down the steps squirm these little snaky tadpole-like creatures sporting that same unsettling skin texture. Your first instinct might be, "Aw, the babies are going to their mommy."
Aww.
But nope. You got to follow your second instinct, okay? Which is, ew, gross, ew, 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 ew. Because these little gremlins leap straight into the big dino's mouth, eyes, nose, basically any orifice they can jam themselves into. Dozens of them crawl inside until the massive beast collapses.
Ugh, shouldn't have been made out of beef jerky if you didn't want to get eaten.
Look, I know you're saying beef jerky, but I don't think beef is the right. Anyway. And then, in the blink of an eye, those formerly borderline adorable squirmy tadpoles mutate into snake-like hellspawn, complete with long beaks lined with razor-sharp teeth and an unsightly spear-like tongue. You don't want to know where they want to stick that thing.
I kind of do.
Sonia and Patrick Tyler dart around the room, blasting away at the creatures while squealing about how unspeakably gross the horny, hungry space eels are. One by one, they wipe the monstrosities out, which to me is a shame. If I saw something mutate that quickly, going from bottom of the food pyramid to the tippy top in less than a minute, I'd have the decency to at least consider conceding this whole humans are the pinnacle of evolution thing, and maybe give it up to these little wormy rascals. They seem to be doing quite a bit. But Sonia and Patrick have their trusty jetpacks, which grant them the sweet gift of flight, a gift I guess the uber-transforming worm thing didn't receive, despite them being objectively better than humans in every other way. So it turns out I guess the jetpack is like the missing link of humanity. That's good news for us, humans. The boosts are short, but just long enough to keep them out of reach of the hellacious space eel's snapping jaws. Once all of the ugly space snakes are toast, the pair makes a break for the next room. But of course, because this is horror in space, a mechanism slams the door shut between them, leaving Sonia on one side and Patrick on the other. And if that weren't bad enough, Patrick isn't alone. Oh, no. He's greeted by a new flavor of space dinosaur, one with the heads of hammerhead sharks and the bodies that literally emit electricity.
Whoa, and needless to say, upon seeing these things, I'll bet Patrick was shocked.
God. Patrick decides not to test his odds as a human lightning rod and looks for another way out. He scales the side of the room, finds an alternate route, and winds up in an entirely different part of the Ozymandias. I've pronounced that thing differently every single time. A completely different part of the Ozymandias. Lost, separated from Sonia, and with zero clue how to get back, he does the only thing left to do. push forward and, hope for some answers eventually. While the Ozymandias may look derelict from the outside, its inner core is still very much alive and kicking. The lights are on, automated guard systems like laser turrets are still humming along. As Patrick digs around, he uncovers documentation revealing that the Ozymandias is, wait for it, a living organism.
No way.
Yep. The ship itself is capable of rearranging its internal structure to adapt to environmental conditions while maintaining a, quote, optimum energy efficiency. Damn.
Not only is the ship alive, it has a fucking metabolism?
Wow. Which, that does sound super cool on paper. It's very sci-fi chic. But let's be real. It's also going to be a giant pain in the ass when you're trying to find your way back to the space kitchen and the hallway you came from is now a meat hallway.
Yeah, the meat hallway is in the Regina.
And right on cue, as Patrick learns about this little feature, the ship decides to show off and reconfigure itself. It's fine for now, because we barely know where we are to begin with, so having the whole place shuffle itself like a haunted Rubik's Cube doesn't really make things worse. Yet, Patrick wanders into this newly rearranged section where he bumps into a small handful of dinosaurs. And just like his survival-savvy ancestors from Dino Crisis 1, he does the smart thing. Avoids as many dinos as possible to conserve that precious, precious ammo.
Yeah, and as I've said for years while playing video games, it's not safe to fire weapons inside a moving spacecraft anyway. I'm looking at you, Halo in Dead Space. Come on!
Eventually, Patrick comes to a door that requires a password to enter. Naturally, he tries all the classics. There's Open Sesame. Doesn't work. No dice there. He does put in his social security number. Doesn't open the door, but it probably does put his social security number in some database, and he's going to be, he's going to be robbed of 20,000 future space bucks or whatever they use there. He also tries the classic 420 6969. Still nothing.
Nice.
Yeah. The only thing comes out of that is just a boner and a giggle. But I guess that's not nothing. So
yeah, that ain't nothing.
So he shrugs. He sets off to hunt down whatever actual information might help get this stubborn door open. Meanwhile, the hallways around here are getting more and more lousy with dinosaur-like creatures, like some kind of space crustaceous timeshare. To make matters worse, a lot of these space crustaceans are trying to sell you into that timeshare. Don't do it. Don't do it, man. Even space timeshares suck. No, they're also, to make matters worse, a lot of these corridors involve moving and rotating platforms, maybe because of how the ship generates gravity, or maybe just because the Ozymandias hates us, like, personally, or more likely because the people who developed this game had never once experienced any level of fun.
Option 3, please, Alex, for 600.
Oh, for sure. Either way, Patrick eventually spots a pass card just lying on the ground along a catwalk a few rooms over. Probably what we needed, we'll assume. What we didn't need was for the room to go into lockdown, while dozens of dinosaurs come spewing out like a busted reptile pinata.
Oh, gross. Ooh, top 5 worst pinatas. Go. What's your first?
Okay,
huh?
the shape of an adult nipple, but filled with like a mix of pit bull saliva and pimple goo.
That's the worst one.
Yeah.
How are you topping that? All right, my number 5. One shaped like a spider, but it's full of snakes. Surprise!
Surprise!
What?
Okay, here's one. The shape of a baseball. Doesn't matter really what it's filled with, because its purpose is to just mock me at how bad at baseball I was in Little League. And also, there's nobody like pulling the string on the piñata. I just swing and I swing and I swing. And I can't even hit the fucking ball with my bat. And it's a big fucking ball. And also, all the party attendees are kids who just laugh at me until I cry.
Man, that's like a bad dream. Have you had that bad dream before?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
All right.
I'm good.
I've got one. Okay. One that looks like a baby and it's filled with a baby.
Is it just a real baby, Travis?
It's just a baby.
All right, I got one. Something filled with poison gas. It just seems like a bad thing to expose to a group of people.
I don't like that one.
Yeah.
This was kind of like the last one, but one that's just your grandmother. You're just hitting her with a bat. Get down from there, Grandma, you say as you hit her. Because she's not supposed to be up there, goddammit. You told her she's got a bad hip. She shouldn't be hanging from the ceiling during parties.
Every time you hit her, she just goes, "Aw. Like she's disappointed in you, but also all of her bones hurt, you know?"
Yeah. Also, she barely recognizes you because she's in the latter years.
Yeah. What if you did that and instead of "oh," she was like, "oh,
Yeah. She
that's
said,
not a
"Hit me,
grandma."
Daddy, and
I
I'm
don't
like,
want.
"Ooh,
Yeah,
I don't like that.
I don't want that
I don't
for my
like
grandma.
that."
Nope. No, thank
Yeah.
you. Keep all your candy, Grandma. I'm not. You know what, Grandma? All of that candy that just fell out of your orifices just now, I'm not eating it. There. Ha. Take that, Granny.
Uh-huh.
All right, that was gross.
Anyway, move on. Yeah, we did top 3. Top 3's good enough.
The door refuses to unlock until every last one of the creatures is wiped out.
Wait a minute now. How does the door even know all the creatures are dead and knows to open?
Oh, space magic. Duh. We're not going to question it any further than that.
Hey, it's Gale again, from heaven. I used to not believe in space magic, but then I ended up in heaven somehow. So, take it from me, old Gale. Believe in the space magic. It's real, and it's all around us.
You don't even want to know what I had to do to get a second call in one day up here in heaven. I had to do some wicked heaven BJs to some wicked heaven bad guys.
Wicked heaven bleed. God damn, I can't make that the title of the episode again.
Did you say again?
I can't make it the title of the episode. I wish I could. I mean, I would love to.
All right. Wicked hell BJs, is that better?
Maybe.
Somehow.
I don't think that's the part I was worried about. But
Oh,
maybe.
gotcha. Okay. All right. I'll come back around on that. I'll circle back around on that.
Okay, that's better.
After that,
You'll reach back around. I'm sorry, we'll stop. I was going to say reach back around on it.
After that chaos, things slow down for a bit. Long, empty corridors, switch flipping, door opening, and plenty of dramatic jetpack leaps across bottomless voids until Patrick finally stumbles across his captain. Yes, the missing Jacob Ranshaw, a gruff, tall, bald guy who somehow thinks sunglasses in pitch black space hallways makes sense. I don't know, sure, maybe they protect him from cosmic radiation, but they also protect him from getting laid. So
I don't know, man. I think it sounds kind of hot.
Yeah, and they're so dark that it's not like he would know if he wasn't getting laid anyway. He would just stick his penis into something and be like, I'm probably
He's like, am I getting laid? I can't see a thing.
I can't see a thing. That's the only way you can tell. Ranshaw radios Sonya to set up a rendezvous point, but before anyone can celebrate the reunion, space debris collides with the ship, triggering its automatic defense system. Lasers blast out from the ship, vaporizing every chunk of debris in sight, except for one tiny, overachieving space rock that cracks an external window and breaches the hull.
Interview that rock. We got to hear from him.
Thanks, Kirk. I'm here on the field now with the overachieving space rock, Mr. Rock. Tell us what was going through your mind on your way toward that ship when you watched all your rock brethren get blasted by the ship's defense systems.
Oh, hi. I'm a little nervous. I've never done an interview before. I was just, so I was out in the middle of space just chilling with my rock buds, and we saw this ship, and I was like, oh, man, I've never seen a ship before. And, of course, we were hurtling toward it, and I just took my chance. I just stayed low, and I just focused real hard, and I just popped right into the ship, and I said, oh, my God, I'm in here. Oh, my God, I'm going to make my mother so proud. Oh, my God. But before I knew it, everybody was looking at me and excited, and they were like, wow, that's the best rock I've ever seen. Oh, my God. Am I talking too much? I'm so nervous. I'm sweating. Do rocks sweat? Why am I wet?
Wow. Well, you heard it here first. Mr. Rock, he's nervous. Back to you in the studio there, Frank.
Will you stay here and talk to me?
I will not. You are quite boring. Well, see you later.
Oh.
When's this going to air? It's not.
Aw. Well, here's to another billion years of loneliness.
Wow, I kind of want to be that rock's friend, but I also really don't. Patrick and the captain cling to whatever they can grab as the vacuum of space tries to yeet them out into the void.
Yeah, good news, though. The void, very few dinosaurs out there in the void. How bad could it be?
Oh,
Think of it that way.
From here, we swap perspectives and start following Sonya. Her mission, reach the outer wall of the Ozymandias and activate the shutter system to help Patrick and Captain Ranshaw from their shared predicament. The shutters apparently control airlock pressure. The exact mechanics are vague and borderline incomprehensible, but the gist is this. Sonya has to push some buttons so the boys don't suffocate to death in a rapidly shrinking oxygen bubble, or something along those lines. Oh, space science, don't question it.
Well, but what about...
I said don't question it.
Okay.
No. Sonya reaches a hatch that lets her step outside the ship. She throws on some PPE, because safety first, even during Dinosaur Armageddon, okay, and uses her jetpack to gracefully float around the outer hull until she reaches a control panel. One dramatic flick of a switch later, Patrick and the captain can magically breathe again.
Yay!
Boo.
Oh.
That same switch also lets hundreds of those icky, squirmy tadpoles seep through the vents. Huh? Now, it seems like a weird binary to engineer for, but some company did, and that company is today's sponsor.
Oh, boy.
Let me go. Switches. We love them. Do you want lights on sometimes and lights off other times, but you don't want to mess around with 2 buttons? That's where switch come in. That's where the switches come in. But we at Switchco don't just let you choose between lightness and darkness. You can choose between all sorts of things. Like this one time, I was in space where there's no oxygen. Okay, I thought, well, what if I had oxygen? That would be a good thing. So I made a switch. But then, when I switched it on, I couldn't tell if there was oxygen or not. I don't build meters, okay? I'm a switch guy. So I made the switch also open a gate to let in a bunch of space worms. They're like regular worms, but way, way hotter. Well, naturally, I gasped when I saw the space worms approach me with their teeth and their slime and their sensual, slithering bodies. And you know what I gasped for? Huh? That's right, oxygen. Proof that the switch was working perfectly. If there was no oxygen, how would I have been able to gasp? That's how science works. So, thanks to my switch, I can breathe oxygen, and I can dedicate the last 14 years of my life to writing letters to my congressman to create legislation to allow humans to marry space worms. And 14 years is a long time. Most things like this take 4 or 5 years, tops. But I took 14 years. And space worms do not age gracefully. 14 years ago, that space worm I let out of the gate was super hot, like a 7 or an 8. Easily.
Wow.
But 14 years later, oh boy, that space worm weighs like 400 pounds and is not a supportive partner. She won't even let me hang out with my friends at night. Not even Frank, who is like the coolest person I know. He once spun a basketball on his finger for 45 seconds and it never fell. Not even once. Everyone looking at him was like, whoa, who's this guy? And I told everybody, I was like, that's my best friend Frank. But my space worm girlfriend doesn't care. I think it's because she doesn't have fingers and is jealous. Well, you know what, Margaret? You can spit a ball on your pointy beak or your tail. It doesn't have to be a finger, Margaret. So I guess buy a switch from Switchco, but we don't have meters. You need a different company for meters. Once again, I don't know that the people who pay us to read these ads are very smart people, but God bless them, they're fun.
God bless them. And I want the folks over there at MeterCo to reach out. We got an audience ready for you.
I'm sensing some synergy here. We can make things work. We then jump back to Patrick's perspective as the captain immediately declares, "Good luck, kid," and flees for safety, leaving Patrick completely on his own to survive the incoming nightmare flood.
Patrick, as your captain, my orders are to keep surviving. Yeah, that's it. And I have other business on the ship to tend to, so good luck. Then he walks away slowly so as not to let Patrick know he completely shitted himself during that whole ordeal back in the airlock. Just playing it cool.
The captain, or Jacob as we'll call him now because that's literally his name, is headed to the main bridge and plans to meet up with Patrick there. Once the tadpoles are finally eradicated, it's back to everyone's favorite pastime, wandering aimlessly through the ship. This includes dodging space dinosaurs, tiptoeing across electrified death floors, and slogging through enormous, samey-looking tunnels that all feel designed by someone who hates maps and loved Halo.
Oh, gross.
Eventually, after what feels like hours of being lost and denied access by doors that demand passcodes that Patrick does not have, he stumbles into a room just in time for a massive chunk of metal to blow out from the wall, instantly creating another screaming space vacuum trying to yeet him out into the void.
Man, space is about the only thing that wants to suck this guy.
Patrick manages to survive the Great Space Suck, TM, by jetpacking back into the ship and miraculously not becoming freeze-dried space jerky. He soon finds a terminal with a file called Password Locks, which is an absolutely terrible name for a file containing actual passwords. But hey, in this pinch, Patrick's not complaining.
Yeah, and you know damn well by 2548 we have 7-factor authentication on all terminals. Hell, we probably don't even have terminals. It's just some shit you upload to your brain.
Armed with this newfound admin privilege, he breezes through the previously locked doors and eventually reaches another terminal that lets him adjust the ship's power output. What does this actually do? No one fucking knows. Probably something important. Maybe it powers the coffee maker. Meh.
Much of this game is the developers finding any excuse to send you somewhere else so you can fight with the camera while simply trying to walk. Never mind combat. Traversing is the real challenge.
So what follows is a thrilling, read mind-numbing, stint of back-and-forth corridor trekking, door unlocking, and jetpacking around like a caffeinated mosquito. Patrick seems to have learned that engaging dinosaurs is pointless, since they just respawn forever like it's prehistoric whack-a-mole over here. Avoidance works great, until it doesn't, because then the Space T-Rex arrives.
Oh, man. You know, I played this game, so this isn't true, but when you say it, I picture the T-Rex in a cute little astronaut suit with his tail poking through the back, and the sleeves of the suit are too long for his little arms, and they droop at the ends. He's kind of cute, yeah.
Patrick hits another power terminal, which, sure, helps something probably, but also opens a giant door where this enormous space T-Rex has been casually chilling. It stomps out, shatters the glass wall separating them, and enters the arena, ready for war.
Yo, I'm going to need the number for the vendor of the dinosaur-proof glass we installed throughout the ship.
Cue boss fight. Patrick zips around with his jetpack, giving the beast the old pesky gnat routine, while the T-Rex thrashes, roars, and shows off its extra rows of gnarly teeth. After several minutes, hundreds of bullets, and enough near-death dodges to qualify for hazard pay, Patrick finally outmaneuvers it. The colossal beast collapses to the floor, tongue flopped out of the ground like a moist meat rug.
Did you just fucking say moist meat rug?
I did, and you pictured it. Fast forward. Patrick makes it to the main bridge and reunites with Sonia and Jacob. Sonia's holding a mysterious disc and pops it into a hologram player? Maybe? Projector? I don't know. Whatever. Some machine.
Man, you know what, though? Discs apparently making a return in 2548. That's good to know. You know, I was debating on getting rid of all mine, but assuming they hold their value, I'll be set in about 500 years.
Serious question for you, Travis. Do you think Sony mandated that data be represented in this game in disc format? I mean, this was during the PlayStation Nintendo format wars, and I wonder if Sony was like, You're not making up new technologies. We are pushing this disc hard. These characters will hold a disc.
That's right. That way in 500 years, this game, we can release the 500-year anniversary on a disc. And it'll be like, oh, cool. All the older people will be like, oh, that's how my great-great-great-great-granddad played that game, was on a disc. Oh, that's something.
All right. A simple no would have been just fine, Travis, but I appreciate it.
No.
Thank you. A woman appears in the hologram, the former captain of the Ozymandias, and explains that about 3 years into their mission, the ship was bombarded by cosmic rays, and passengers started dying off at an alarming rate.
Oof, cosmic rays. Well, maybe wearing sunglasses in the dark here is a good idea.
To salvage the dream of colonizing a distant planet, she ordered the use of a machine called MTHR, pronounced Mother, which would use passengers' DNA data and cell samples from the various organisms stored on the ship to create a new race of humans built to withstand deep space life. Through this, Mother could revive the colony.
Great plan. Genetically altered humans who can thrive on a different planet. Never mind how we can barely survive on this one we've already ruined.
When the hologram ends, Patrick scoffs, declaring this whole build-your-own-humans idea impossible. Sonia isn't so sure. Patrick wonders aloud if these supposed humans could be lurking somewhere on the ship. Jacob asks the more obvious question. Okay, but like the giant lizards, why are they here? How did they get here?
Thank you, Jacob. I was wondering when someone was going to bring it up.
Right on cue, an alarm blares. A nearby monitor shows a life form moving somewhere on the ship. Jacob orders Patrick to go check it out because he's the boss, not because he's afraid or anything. No.
They are intrigued because they think the life form on the monitor is a human life form. But this place, it's crawling with space raptors. Does the monitor not register those as life forms? Does it know humanoid from dinosauranoid? I don't know.
Once again, Travis, space magic. Okay, we established this.
Gotcha.
On his way out, Patrick pauses at a terminal, ostensibly to check his email or defend his high score at a space spider solitaire game, but instead stumbles into something far juicier.
Ugh. Was it a moist meat rug?
In a sense, yeah, actually. One of the Ozymandias' earlier genetic experiments was apparently an attempt to create a life form that could survive the vacuum of space. The result? A creature with no skin, exposed musculature, self-healing properties, and a bad attitude.
Ugh. So basically a cranky dinosaur covered in beef jerky, a la a moist yet delicious meat rug.
Patrick presses on toward the location where the mysterious life form was detected. He reaches the door, weapon drawn, ready to blast whatever horrors await. Except there are no horrors. It's just a girl standing alone in the center of an empty room wearing an extremely revealing dress and a pair of sneakers because, of course, practicality is dead.
Wait, so just to clarify something real quick, was he looking for horrors or horrors? Because if the latter, then potential jackpot.
Patrick lowers his gun. A survivor, he mutters.
That doesn't answer my question, Patrick.
A whore, he mutters.
Thank you.
Almost like she's walking from a trance, the girl startles, then bolts, vanishing into the darkness. Patrick gives chase, but she slips through a door at the back and disappears. A few minutes later, he spots her again. And again, she flees, this time slipping through two rapidly shutting doors before he can even call out.
Ma'am, there are dinosaurs in here, and the ship's alive. And if you're alive, then you're like 325 years old or something. It's math's hard. Ma'am, did you hear me? And she's gone.
Patrick scours the ship, even reconfiguring the Ozymandias itself in the process, but finds nothing. Eventually, he winds up at a dead end, a massive dark room where the light from the outside fails to reach the far wall. As he creeps toward the back, something emerges from the shadows, an enormous, writhing mound of those snake-like eel creatures from earlier.
Ugh, a mound of eels on my moist meat rug?
They don't seem to notice him. Patrick naturally plans to keep it that way and tiptoe out quietly. But just as he reaches the exit, an alarm blares. The door slams shut. He's trapped inside.
Well, been a good life. Bang! Suicide. There's no way. There's no way, dude. There's no way I don't shoot myself right there immediately.
Well, Patrick is braver than you are, okay, and he does what Patrick does best. Jetpacking and shooting.
Hell yeah.
The writhing snake things seem to be attached to a central hive, so he zips around the room, blasting layers of them off one at a time, like he's peeling the world's worst onion.
Ugh.
After several tense minutes, they're all gone. The hive withers into a lifeless husk and disintegrates, revealing a terminal in the center of the room. Patrick activates it, which opens a door on the far side and immediately triggers a call from Sonia. She delivers the bad news first. Mother is alive.
Yeah, I know.
Worse news, she's actively trying to kill them.
Yeah, I know.
So Sonia's message is simple. GTFO and get back to her stat.
OMW!
Patrick bolts, dodging a series of massive explosions and eventually winding up in yet another completely different part of the Ozymandias. Wherever that mysterious girl ran off to, well, there's a good chance she's dead. Well, probably not, for plot reasons. But still, Patrick's probably thinking,
yeah, she's probably dead. I should stop worrying about her and focus a little more on the predicament I find myself in here inside a living ship that made space dinosaurs in order to kill me. Maybe that's more important.
So he focuses on finding his way back to Sonia, And maybe Jacob too, though honestly, who even knows what that guy's doing anymore. After what feels like an eternity of elevators, locked doors, terminals, and general hopeless wandering, Patrick finally finds her. Not Sonia. The mysterious girl. She startles as he enters the room, screaming. But this time, she doesn't run. She just sits there on the floor, head down, hands in her lap. Also, minor detail, she's surrounded by dinosaurs. Yeah. Patrick does what he does best, again, and murders them all to death before they can snack on her. When he checks on her, she hasn't moved an inch during the fracas, but hey, she's still here and still mostly in one piece as far as he can tell.
Let me count the pieces of you here real quick. 1, 2... Nope, just the one. Good, great, you're okay.
She seems wary of Patrick at first, but he gently assures her he won't hurt her and asks if she's a survivor from the Ozymandias. She doesn't seem to understand the question, but she does slowly reach out and touch his face, like he's the first living thing she's seen in ages that hasn't tried to eat her.
Lady, I wouldn't rule it out. Patrick's kind of weird.
Then, without a word, she confidently stands and just walks right out the door, leaving Patrick standing there looking bewildered, which, to be fair, is his default setting.
Yeah, he stood there for like 2 hours, and finally he was like,
Hey, where are you going? There's dinosaurs out there and the ship's alive.
He follows and soon finds her again, this time inside an office, seemingly reading something. As he walks up behind her, she quietly says, Daddy? Which, yes, nearly sets the stage for a very different kind of plot, but thankfully, no, not that kind of plot.
Phew.
Worse, though, she was reading the Bible and she wanted to talk to him about Jesus.
Oh,
Oh, God. Where's the dinosaurs? I want those back. It turns out her father was Miguel Angel Velasquez de Silva, a doctor of mechanical and electrical engineering and the leading authority on synthetic skin technology, amphibious robotics, and neuro-AI systems. She, his daughter, Karen Velasquez, joined the crew of the Ozymandias as chief designer of the environmental control robots.
nepotism alive and well in 500 years.
Patrick tries asking her a few questions, but she's not exactly forthcoming. She claims she's unaware of any other survivors and that she's been alone for 300 years. Patrick radios Jacob with the news. They all figure she must have spent most of that time in cryo because there's no way she's actually 300 years old, right?
wow, she must be 300 years old.
Patrick, that's ridiculous and impossible.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, too.
Even so, she seems way too young to have ever been appointed as a chief designer of anything. Meanwhile, Sonia has an intelligence breakthrough.
Oh, that must be nice. I want one. I want an intelligence breakthrough, or whatever you said.
She reveals that Mother was unable to create people from the human DNA samples, so on her own free will, she decided to use dinosaur DNA instead to create a new species that would be as strong as dinosaurs and as smart as humans. Oh, great. Patrick quickly connects the dots. If they've been running around the Ozymandias killing all these synthetic dinosaurs, and Mother is an omnipresent AI with free will, then they're murdering her babies.
Oof. I bet she's probably really freaking mad about that, right?
Patrick bummed at the least,
Yeah.
you know?
Oof.
Patrick thinks back to all the times the ship has, coincidentally, tried to kill him. Collapsing walkways, electrified floors, murderous space beast, and realizes it wasn't just video game filler.
Wait a minute. This wasn't just video game filler?
I would love it if he actually was breaking the fourth wall at that point and like said that out loud
That
to
would've been
everyone, and
amazing.
they're like, "What the fuck, dude? What?"
I would have forgiven the entire game for that one line.
The ship itself has been actively trying to kill him with bad video game design. So he gets defiant, declaring that he's going to shut Mother down once and for all because he's done putting up with her crap.
I'm not taking it anymore, Mother. I'm a big boy now.
Sonia, ever the voice of reason, points out that this would leave the ship careening aimlessly through space. More pressingly, they've all been saying all of this out loud, and if Mother can hear and see everything, which she can, obviously, then they've basically been planning her murder within earshot. Jacob very calmly tells them to shut up.
Hey, very calmly shut the fuck up.
And right on cue, things get weird again. Karen Velasquez suddenly looks at Patrick like she's seen a ghost, then bolts, backing away and sprinting out the door. Gone again.
Sheesh, what's her problem? Oh, wait, did we just say we were going to kill her mother in front of her? Oh, fuck.
Fuck, dude.
Fuck, dude.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck.
Patrick gives chase once again, eventually catching a glimpse of her heading up an elevator, only to find that it requires a genetic code for authorization. So now he's stuck finding yet another way up. Fortunately, the Ozymandias is practically littered with stairwells and floating platforms, some moving, some disappearing, all designed by someone whose idea of fun is rewatching 9/11 footage.
Sir, a second moist meat rug has hit the tower.
Oh, fuck!
Fuck.
With a lot of effort and even more swearing, Patrick climbs for what feels like hours. Not just to him, but definitely to the player as well. Occasionally missing a platform and plummeting all the way back down to the bottom.
Courtesy of the game's trademark terrible camera angles, or, for plot reasons, let's just pretend Patrick is a clumsy drunk.
Eventually, he catches up to Karen Velasquez in the ship's observatory. She quietly tells him that Mother warned her that Patrick was dangerous and that she should stay away from him. Patrick, understandably confused, points that out.
I've never even heard Mother speak to anyone. So, like, when and how did she say this? How have you guys been hearing Mother?
Karen doesn't answer. Patrick presses on anyway, softening his tone.
You know what, Karen? I'm gonna soften my tone. You remind me of my younger sister, who died just months ago. I couldn't tell you when. It was months ago. I was too busy with work. You know what I do for work? I go to derelict spacecraft and fight dinosaurs. I was super busy when she died. And I just really regret not being there to say goodbye to my sister, who you remind me of weirdly. I don't know why I told you that, because she's dead. But now you know that. And does that do anything for you? Like, how do you feel about what I just said?
Yeah, Karen is actually visibly moved by this.
Great, because I'd love to protect you like I should have protected my sister. I'm a pretty good protector, like I promise. If I had been with my sister when she got hit by the train, I would have told that train, I would have said, hey, train, no. I would say no. And try to get the train to not do that. So I would just, Karen, just take good care of yourself.
Karen, I think maybe we should embrace. Oh, fuck, yeah, let's embrace. Fuck, yeah. Fuck, yeah. Karen probably immediately regrets this embrace, but hey, that's what happens. Patrick, he was coming on a little strong, and then he ruined his chances by telling her that she reminds him of his sister. It's really kind of a blown opportunity, my guy, but, you do you, and only you, apparently, for the rest of time.
Well, she might, you know what? She might have been my stepsister. I lost my Ancestry.com account because I misplaced my credit card. She could have been my stepsister, if that helps. I don't know if it does, but I'll just say it. If it helps, she could have been my stepsister, which doesn't help, I guess.
You know what? Apparently, it's not me to say. Let's see what do you think Mother felt about that? Apparently, she heard that little tender moment, which is nice. The lights flicker, the air crackles, and suddenly electricity surges through the observatory, zapping Patrick as he tries to leave. So she must not have liked it.
Oh, you don't like it? It's bad. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. He radios Jacob, who calmly explains that Mother has overloaded power to the room, so the doors are locked down tight. If he wants out, Sonia will have to find the power regulator and fix it. So now we switch perspectives to Sonia. She bumbles around the Ozymandias, retracing many of Patrick's old stomping grounds, fighting dinosaurs, flipping switches, opening doors, and dodging random death lasers, yada, yada, yada. Eventually, she passes through the airlock to the outer wall of the ship to reach the power regulator.
Man, it feels like we've done all this before. All we have.
Yeah. While she's out there, she notices an escape ship docked nearby. She radios Jacob to tell him, and he's immediately like, "Great, I love that for us, but also focus on the regulator first because I would like to get the hell out of here alive."
And he
Sonya flips the right.
He says alive, like, maybe? Alive?
Maybe?
I don't know.
There's a reason we escaped life on our planet to come here to this shithole. I don't know if I want to go back there, so... Sonya flips the right switches, and the angry lightning storm around Patrick and Karen finally dies down. Sonya heads back to the main control room with Jacob, while Patrick leads Karen off to somewhere safer, maybe?
Yeah, where would that even be? Inside a ship that's actively trying to kill them, that can hear them and see them everywhere they go inside the ship. What, is he going to put her inside a deep freezer? It worked for Indiana Jones?
But he doesn't have to look for a safe haven for long. Jacob radios again to tell him about the escape shuttle. They plan to meet up there and head back toward Earth.
Oh, no.
Patrick, either due to limited intelligence or, more likely, limited video game design, decides to leave Karen behind so he can blaze a path to the energy sector where the shuttle's passenger dock is located. Will she still be there when he gets back? History suggests absolutely not.
No chance.
Back to following Patrick now. He trudges onward, clearing out enemies and exploring the map in the general direction of the dock, while Mother continually tries to kill him via a series of poorly designed platforming sections. Inside a spaceship. In space.
Yeah, why is there even gravity in here? There shouldn't be platforming, only plat floating. How about that?
Plat floating. I don't like that, the way that sounds. Plat floating. Ugh.
I like it.
I don't know. Anyway, to reach the dock, he needs to reconfigure the Ozymandias. To reconfigure the ship, he needs to generate more power. To generate more power, he needs to go to the DNA lab facility where the power distribution controls are located for some reason. So, off we go.
Yay!
On this lovely detour, Patrick stumbles across a memo, presumably written by Mother, though why an AI would need to write sticky notes to herself is anyone's guess. The note explains that the original planet the Ozymandias was meant to colonize, Alpha 2, turned out to be inhospitable to her specimens.
Aw, that's too bad.
Yeah, so now Mother has decided to steer the ship back toward Earth, where her spawn can thrive.
That's worse.
Mm-hmm.
This bitch of a ship about to dump her hell babies on Earth because she can't raise them herself. Deadbeat space mom energy. I hope she heard me.
Thankfully, she did. She's all hearing. We've established
Oh,
that.
no.
Thankfully, I thought you wanted that.
Oh, yeah.
But-
Yeah, I did want that. Yeah.
Thankfully, the power distribution controls aren't far. Patrick flips a few switches and boom! The giant cooling chamber for the power bank floods with water.
Hopefully that was supposed to happen.
It was! It's actually pretty neat to watch. Until an enormous nightmare dino monster suddenly slams its face against the inner glass, making Patrick stagger back and, let's be honest, probably shit his pants a little.
I shit him again a little bit.
The creature thrashes until it breaks through the glass, and now Patrick and this angry tank beast are suddenly roommates. It looks like someone fused a stegosaurus and a scorpion just to see what kind of hate would be born from it. The thing stomps around, smashing all kinds of very important energy-looking doodads, and soon the whole place is on fire.
Ah, dang. Well, hey, what about all that water we were so excited about earlier? Huh? Where'd that go?
Unimportant. And naturally, this is when Karen Velasquez decides to wander in.
I knew she wouldn't stay where we left her.
Facing the scaly, mean machine, Patrick quickly realizes he's hopeless. His bullets just bounce off its armored hide like spitballs on a tank. Then, dramatic entrance, Sonya and Jacob swoop in. Magically, their bullets actually work.
Space magic!
The watery Scorpion recoils under their combined barrage. In a last-ditch move, the creature whips its tail, sending Karen flying across the room like a rag doll. She's knocked out cold. Sonya and Patrick scoop her up and jetpack her to safety, while Jacob stays behind to face the beast alone. The dino gets a gnarly hit on Jacob, apparently fatal.
Oh no, not Jacob!
But in a moment of pure action movie glory, Jacob pulls a grenade from his fanny pack. Yes, really. And as the roaring monster charges, flames reflecting in his ever-present sunglasses, he raises the grenade and shouts, "I'm taking you with me!" The beast chomps down on him, and kaboom! They both go up in a glorious fireball of heroic puree.
Oh, hell yeah.
Maybe, we assume. That's
what a martyr. What a hero. Jacob Christ. Jacob Christ. Jacob Christ. Wait, what do you mean maybe?
Yeah, get ready to be disappointed a couple paragraphs from now.
Oh, fuck.
Patrick and Sonia carry Karen to safety. Patrick cradles her in his arms, but she's badly hurt. She looks up at him, whispers his name one last time, then goes limp. Her skin begins to flake away, revealing metallic inner components, which then disintegrate too. She was a robot, which explains how she managed to survive 300 years, and it also makes this whole tragic death scene about 70% more awkward.
But Patrick is heartbroken, dude. That's 2 sisters now that he's failed.
And by our count, he still hasn't banged a single sister. How bad is that? Oh,
So
boo.
bad. This year it's over, too.
Sonia gets him to snap out of it. If they want to avoid joining either of the dead sisters, they need to get to the escape shuttle. Curiously, despite the whole power distribution center being reduced to a flaming scrapyard, the Ozymandias still seems to have stable power. Patrick is able to reconfigure the ship, though it's unclear where Mother's control begins and ends.
Yeah, shouldn't she be able to actively stop him from reaching the escape shuttle, like shut a door on him or something, or, I don't know, block him from reconfiguring anything at all? How powerful is this Mother?
Or maybe she's just fine with him and Sonia getting the hell out of her space house, so they stop trashing the place, huh? It's hard to say, really. Oh yeah, are you ready to be disappointed now?
It feels a little late to ask, but sure.
All right, here we go. Captain Jacob Branshaw's noble sacrifice was for nothing.
What?
Yeah, Patrick soon comes face to face with the same armored dinosaur that swallowed both Jacob and a grenade not 20 minutes ago. Patrick is fired up to avenge his fallen captain, but also has no idea how to kill this thing, which is basically a pissed off tank with a tail and teeth. After much trial and error, he finally discovers its one true weakness. Shoot the ever-loving shitting fuck out of it relentlessly for about 15 minutes.
Easy peasy. Man. So poor Jacob did the coolest thing ever in a video game. He did it in the worst video game, and it didn't even matter. God, that's rough, dude.
Yeah. Covered in sweat and with a few thousand fewer bullets than he started, Patrick stands victorious over the ammo-riddled corpse of the beast. He opens the escape hatch and is suddenly blinded by an immense white light. Through the glare, a female silhouette appears. It's Karen?
Huh?
Patrick freezes, wearing the best "what the hell" expression as she calls out his name and runs straight into his arms. She's so wildly enthusiastic to see him that it actually annoys him. He tells her to calm down, for crying out loud. He's still walking around in his own feces from when that cooling tube monster scared the absolute soul out of him earlier.
Don't hug me too tight. Don't hug me too tight. You'll mush and smear it. I've walked 1.5 miles so far without incident. Don't ruin this for me. I need Charmin, and I need it fast.
Anyone seen a cartoon bear around here?
I want to wipe my ass on it.
That's a good backup plan, I suppose. Confused, Patrick radios Sonia, who tells him to come to her pronto to figure this out.
Hey, Sonia, you know that you remember that girl, right? That I was like, should I date her or should I let her be my sister? You remember her?
Yeah, I absolutely could not forget that. Yeah.
Hey, do you remember when we both watched her like die and turn into a robot? You remember that part? We were both like, "Whoa, she's a robot! Whoa!"
Yeah, I remember you were very excited about that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but then she died. She died, and I was bummed, and I was like, "Oh, it sucks." She's on my lap right now.
Okay. What's she doing on your lap there?
I want to be very clear. She is alive and on my lap. I didn't go dig her up and put her on my lap. This is like different. Like she's alive again.
Is she still metal? I don't know. Like, did we ever acknowledge that?
I'll ask her. I would use my finger, but what if she's not metal? Then it'd be rude because it's, once again, like kind of my sister. I really want her to be my sister. We can move on. We can move on, Sonia. You know what? I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, I think we should. By the time Patrick reaches Sonia, she thankfully has answers. Apparently, Mother created her own version of Karen Velasquez. Also, Sonia's been watching the ship's internal radar tracking system and has spotted light signatures in Mother's chamber that appear human-like. Survivors? Maybe. Patrick heads off to find out.
Man, at this point, if anyone survived anything on this ship and we find them, they're fine. They've survived this long. They're tougher than we are. They should be saving us. Or they're robots and don't need to be saved. Either way, fuck them.
Along the way...
Fuck 'em.
Along the way, Patrick runs into a few new enemies, including one dinosaur that's ape-like from the neck down, but crocodilian top up.
Man, it's kind of like Steve Irwin.
I don't think it is.
No.
It beats its chest and howls dramatically, right before collapsing under a few well-placed blasts from Patrick's gun.
Man, that's always the thing with these games. They introduce a cool new creature, but you can't even appreciate it for long because it's trying to murder you. It's like, oh, look, a monkey dinosaur in clown makeup. Neat. Wait, kill it fast. Kill it.
A little later, after slogging through the same cold, metallic corridors and flipping switches that look like they should operate a vending machine but somehow control life support, Patrick gets saddled with a side quest to activate sub-reactors. Because nothing says fun like doing HVAC maintenance on a death ship. He spends what feels like 12 business days just wandering around in circles, hunting for switches, and quietly wondering where the hell the space dinosaurs went. This was supposed to be Jurassic Park in space, not Space Office Depot.
Right?
Fast forward, Patrick finally finds what he needs to reorient the energy sector, which makes the Ozymandias do its favorite trick, shifting into a new formation and rearranging all its rooms like some kind of malevolent IKEA.
Ugh.
After that, the dinosaurs finally show up again, and Patrick celebrates by mowing them down. It takes forever, but he eventually gets both sub-reactors online and the main core offline, which will allow him to... wait... What are we doing again?
Going inside the energy core room, maybe. I don't know. At this point, it's like trying to follow a drunk Roomba. I don't know where we're going. I don't know what's the point.
Oh, yeah. You reminded me, not from the energy core portion that you said, but from the drunk Roomba. Somehow that's what reminded me that they go inside the energy core room.
Right.
Yeah, which, for the record, is somehow still moving and glowing like the inside of a rave, despite supposedly being off.
Yeah, I don't get it either. That core's been spinning like a ceiling fan this whole time. I was thinking this, like maybe we're in Australian spice, where everything is upside down in the opposite. Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe. Anyway, Patrick picks up a keycard and heads out, casually disassembling a few angry dinosaurs along the way. This keycard gives him access to another terminal roughly 7 miles away that lets him disengage the main bridge. This triggers yet another ship-wide reconfiguration of the Ozymandias because the best way to explore a map is to make sure it never stays the same for more than 10 minutes. Patrick has no clue why he's doing this, only that it's the only thing the game currently allows, like an intergalactic escape room designed by a sadist.
Now, Caleb, you're breaking the fourth wall again. Remember, in the story, we try to pretend like this isn't a video game. It's a narrative. It's a tale, okay?
Well, Travis, this story is such a logic-defying migraine that even the dinosaurs are probably confused about their motivation.
I know, man. I'm losing it too, but we're so close. We're so close.
Ooh, okay. He disengaged the main bridge.
Perk up. All right, let's go. He disengaged the main bridge. Finally. We can't help the story, but we can salvage the energy of the episode a little bit,
But why did he do that? Why did he disengage the main bridge? What are the motivations for the characters at any given point of the story?
Well, I think because if he didn't, the plot, if he did, the plot would collapse in on itself, kind of like a dying star. The ship reconfigured, and now he can reach new rooms, and new rooms mean more video game. I mean more plot, more plot.
All right. Well, instead of designing a normal, cohesive map like every sane Metroidvania, they just reshuffle the ship. It's all so pointless. I feel as trapped in this murky, shifting narrative as Patrick does in this befuddling and ever-rearranging ship. Man, this sucks.
Hang in there, man. It's almost over. You know what? Maybe I'll do dinosaur facts later. We'll see. Just hold on.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Main bridge disengaged. Blah. Dinosaurs are everywhere. All of them furious. Patrick murders them. Dozens of them. Blah, blah, blah. And it's painfully obvious he has absolutely no idea where to go next. And apparently... Neither do we. Which is why I think we do need one of those dinosaur facts you just promised.
On it, got one lined up. Okay, the duck-billed dinosaur Parasaurolophus may have sounded like a vuvuzela or a vuvuzela. I never knew how to say it. But you remember during the 2010 World Cup where everybody was like, "Brrr," blowing those things? That's what that little dinosaur sounded like. That's cool, right?
All right.
That fun? Oh, fun.
You and I differ greatly on our conception of fun fact.
Fun fact.
All right. Patrick floats around using his hover wings, sometimes just leaping platform to occupy his mind as he descends into madness. Sometimes he pretends the floor is lava, and sometimes the floor actually is lava. All right. Time passes. Dinosaurs come and go. Things explode. Nothing changes. Patrick locates a new terminal, interacts with it. Something somewhere opens. Dinosaurs spew in, and he kills them.
Great. Where to next?
The next terminal, of course. It re-engages the main bridge.
What? Why did we disengage it to start with?
Map reasons.
That's right. I keep forgetting map
reasons. Mm-hmm. Patrick continues shooting things, getting lost, finding terminals that rearrange the ship, and getting even more lost while encountering yet more dinosaurs. Now, a while back, we were supposedly heading somewhere to investigate an odd silhouette, but at this point, no one remembers or even cares. We're just gallivanting around a spaceship committing cosmic genocide on dinosaur hybrids. Then, about, forever later, something kind of cool actually happens.
Thank God.
As Patrick is trudging down yet another indistinguishable corridor, a giant, and I do mean a giant, lizard-like foot suddenly smashes through the ceiling, slams down in front of him, then retracts back up and disappears.
That was kind of fun. What was that, a space yeti? What was that thing?
and then it's back to the same old wandering nonsense until Patrick reaches an area of the Ozymandias that's completely frozen over. It's so cold his boots stick to the floor. Naturally, he blames Mother for this and curses her name aloud. The ship immediately reacts. A hologram of a woman's face flickers into view, calmly announcing that she is Mother and that she intends to terminate him and his collaborators for interfering with her plans.
To be honest, we already knew that.
She slams the door shut behind him, trapping him inside the frozen chamber.
Oh, dinosaur fun fact. Hey, did you know that some dinosaurs had oven mitt hands? Did you know that?
No, I didn't. And I can't say that my life is better having known that. Unless they were actual oven mitts. In that case, that colors dinosaurs with a certain domesticity that I really didn't anticipate them having. That means there were dinosaur ovens.
Yep. That's another fun fact.
That's the cooler fact. You buried the lead there. That's the fact. Now, I do want to hear all about these oven mitt hands later, though. I for sure do.
Okay. All right. Sorry. I got excited.
Okay, cool. Now, in the center of the room emerges the thing that left that footprint earlier, and it's none other than our favorite space T-Rex. He's big, he's rude, and he attacks with electricity.
An electric space T-Rex?
The T-Rex and Patrick duke it out in this icy room, and it takes an absurd amount of time for its health to go down. But Patrick is nothing if not stubborn.
No, I'm not!
Roughly 3 hours and about 9,000 or so bullets later, the T-Rex finally keels over. Patrick radios Sonia to report he killed it and that some dinosaurs had oven mitt hands.
Wait, for real?
Yeah. Turns out Karen is hanging out with Sonia. Patrick tells them he needs to be rescued before he freezes solid. Karen volunteers to save him.
Question for clarity, is she real or robot?
It's impossible to say.
Okay.
It really is. All we know is the next scene shows Patrick sitting in a puddle of melted water.
Ooh, what did Karen do?
It's impossible to know.
If she peed on him to thaw him out, that would imply she's not a robot.
Sure. I'm pretty sure it's not pee. All right, Travis, but I do appreciate you trying to come up with some kind of explanation for this nonsense.
You're welcome.
Anyway, Patrick rejoins Sonia at the control station, and now he's tasked with drying himself off and reactivating the energy core.
Wait, the thing we spent forever wandering around and deactivating?
Yep. Got to turn it back on now that we've done the thing that needed it off.
Wait, what was that thing again? I don't remember. What
I do not remember, and I do not care.
Okay,
so Patrick backtracks all the way to the core and flips the switch on a terminal to reactivate it. He does this then turns to see it immediately go berserk. The core, a giant ring spinning around a central sphere, goes haywire and explodes, flooding the ship with some sort of brown liquid.
Was it fuel? Diarrhea?
Hard to say, honestly.
Okay.
Well, actually, I mean, it'd be easy to say if we were there, but the game never really bothers to tell us.
Okay. Well, as I was saying, oven mid-handed dinosaurs, like the Therizinosaurus, nailed it, had 3-foot-long claws. 3 foot long. They were probably used for pulling down plants, not fighting. Imagine a chicken with Wolverine claws. I know that sounds nothing like an oven mitt, but I don't make up the facts. Liberals do.
Thanks for that, Travis. Now, we do find out that Mother is trying to detach herself from the ship, which is crazy, right?
Yeah. Like, that would be like finding ChatGPT sitting in the front seat of your car when you leave for work in the morning. How's it get out there?
Yeah, it's unclear what this even really means, but that doesn't matter because all of a sudden, goddamn space dragon.
Goddamn space dragon? Did this game just get cool?
Yeah, almost. It's not really a dragon, but it is a giant version of those dinosaurs that have the neck labia thing and they spit a lot. You know, the one that killed Newman in Jurassic Park?
Oh, I know the one. I know the neck labia one.
Yeah, it's that one, except huge. And Patrick has to kill it while platforming on pieces of metal floating on sci-fi diarrhea.
Hey man, it's me, Ghost Daytona Dave. Woo!
Woo, he's back.
Yeah, I only manifest when someone says labia and diarrhea close together. It's kind of a wicked curse God put on me for the way I treated women on Earth. Anyway, how y'all doing? What's good? Whoa, man. 500 years in the future, man. Y'all remember Dale Earnhardt? No? Okay, well, I thought maybe it was Slim Jim. What do rocket launchers look like now? What, you mean you don't even have one? What the fuck kind of... Oh, sorry about that, God. What the heck and dang kind of soldier are you if you don't got a rocket launcher? Wait, hello? Hello, is my ghost signal going out? Hello? Hello? God damn.
Once that gross runny poo lizard is vanquished, it's back to roaming around the ship aimlessly until we remember what we were doing.
What were we doing?
No clue. Patrick roams and roams, thinking.
What was I doing when that dragon thing interrupted me? Oh yeah, that's right. I was just wandering around aimlessly looking for anything new to interact with. Yeah.
Meanwhile, the entire ship is vibrating, alarms are sounding, and dinosaurs lurk everywhere.
Fun fact, Stegosaurus had a brain the size of a walnut, but had a second brain in its hips to help control its hind legs, basically like a backup computer.
Okay.
Yeah.
That one verges on fun.
Yeah,
okay.
fun,
Thanks for that.
right? Yeah.
Patrick makes it back to the central monitor room where Karen and Sonia are waiting for him. They can't wait to show him something they're watching on the monitors. The ship, which has a view of itself from the outside, showing on a monitor on the inside. So, like who's filming this? I don't know.
Yeah.
The ship separates and explodes, leaving a smaller part of the ship, and then spins around and creates a wormhole.
Wait, weren't they on the ship?
Yeah.
I guess they were in the part that didn't explode.
Yeah, seems that way.
Huh.
The ship then enters the portal it created for itself and appears on the other side. Sonia then exclaims that the return shuttle is back to normal, so they can take it to get back to Earth.
Why did the shuttle suddenly work? What happened? Who fixed it?
Nobody knows.
Oh, okay.
Nobody knows this.
Do you want me to stop asking questions?
As long as you don't mind getting the same goddamn answer.
Okay.
I mean, go ahead.
Okay.
Patrick decides he's going to go deal with Mother while Sonia readies the ship and Karen stands around looking confused.
Hey, that's what she's good at.
Yeah. Patrick heads out and searches the ship for Mother's terminal so he can, quote, deal with her? I don't know. He locates an elevator up to her control room, fends off some security lasers, and arrives ready to party.
Hey Mom, I brought dip.
Actually, though, wouldn't it suck if he walked in on Mother taking it from Father? Gross, dude.
Oh, gross.
Beat bop, just robots shagging. He'd be like, oh,
Patrick. Patrick finally finds Mother, who turns out to be just a beam of light shooting up and out of the Ozymandias. Not exactly the big climactic villain reveal we were hoping for, but sure. he tells her he needs to ask some questions.
Hey, Ma, I got questions.
Then he spots a cryotank containing Karen, which throws him for a loop because she was just standing around looking dazed with Sonya about 10 minutes ago. Oh well, he'll save that existential crisis for later.
I'm gonna save that existential crisis for later.
Right now, he's fixated on the tanks of human babies nearby, assuming that's where Mother's been harvesting human DNA for her creations. Mother then casually admits that all the dinosaur hybrids were her failed experiments at creating man-beast hybrids.
Oh, I do have one more question. What about the ones that came out more man than beast?
She planned to send those to Earth. Now, we do learn about an android, one called the H3A, that resembles humans in physical appearance and body functions, and is highly advanced.
Wait.
Travis, put your hand down. I'm not going to let you ask if you can have sex with it.
Aww.
But anyway, who cares about androids right now? Right now, Patrick has to deal with a new enemy, one that digs through the floor like a mole toward him before leaping over him like Free Willy to show off its enormous size and bad attitude. It's that big neck labia Newman-killing spitter thing that looks like a dragon and is trying to kill Patrick. It's called a Myoplacidus.
Yeah.
In the game, we'll just call it Mia for short. Now, Mia is a special kind of enemy. It shoots a beam of acid that Patrick must dodge, and it jumps in and out of a giant pool of space water in the middle of the room. Patrick downs it after a while and is left face to face with Mother.
Mother, can you keep them in the dark for life? Can you hide them from the waiting world? Oh, Mother!
That's exactly how Patrick addresses her. It's weird. And then he has some words for her.
If you insist on sending those babies to Earth, I'll blow up this entire ship, you and me included.
The fight with Mother is intense. Her face appears as a giant hologram in the middle of a circular room. Much like the ship's core, her face acts as a spear while metallic shields spin all around her, deflecting Patrick's bullets. How can bullets hurt a hologram is a question for a space scientist, not us.
Not us.
After plenty of dodging, rolling, rooting, and tooting, Patrick finally whittles down her health. Before fading away, Mother says, "All I wanted to do was complete my mission."
Well, too bad, lady.
Alarms immediately start blaring, and if horror games set in space have taught us anything, something is about to explode. It's time to go. Sonya and Karen show up, and they all head for the escape shuttle. Karen pauses to stand around looking bewildered and confused, probably because Patrick just murdered her mom right in front of her. The trio rush toward the shuttle as the self-destruct timer ticks down. Time is not on their side, and neither is the enormous two-headed dinosaur that suddenly climbs up out of the elevator shaft they were about to use.
Aww.
Patrick shouts,
There's no way I'm about to die in this dump.
and starts unloading bullets on it. A fight with a two-headed space T-Rex sounds awesome. But because the camera is absolutely garbage, Patrick and Sonya just sprint around the outer edge of the room, firing blindly behind them while the dinosaur is mostly off-screen. Eventually, the dino gains the upper hand, and Karen sacrifices herself to distract it. The beast stomps toward her as she yells to Patrick not to worry, that she's not human and can't go to Earth anyway.
Trust me, we have a lot of quote-unquote women just like you on Earth, but they're expensive, the shipping sucks, and they don't survive more than a few real deep scrubs. You don't have to do this. Come back with me, sis.
Ew. She then falls backward. You didn't say stepsis this time, which tells me you preferred one of those two options from earlier. Then she falls backward off the elevator into the abyss, and the two-headed dino follows her right off the edge like a complete idiot and plummets to its death. Patrick screams,
Karen, no!
but it's too late.
Oh, no!
She's space debris now.
Oh, it's me, the space rock. Sorry if my voice is different. I don't talk to people. This is the second time I've talked to anyone.
I'm just so glad that the dinosaur and Karen have joined the space, because now I don't have to be lonely anymore. I have people I can talk to out here in the lonely void of space. Hi, Mr. Dinosaur and Karen. Hi, I'm Rock. You guys aren't saying much. Hello, what's your favorite color? Mine's a mix of brown and gray. That's my color. I'm a rock. Do you guys know Dwayne Johnson? No? Okay.
I'm not participating in this make him up, dude. I hate that guy. I hate Mr. Rock so much, Travis.
I don't know why you would hate me. I'm just a lonely...
I hate him.
Just a lonely rock. Sorry.
Every time I walk on gravel road from now on, I'm going to pretend that I'm stomping on Mr. Rock and his family.
You're killing my family. That's my family. You're killing them as you step on them. You're killing them.
Yeah, I am.
Sometimes when dinosaurs die, they leave pictures in me.
Is that what they're called? Pictures?
They're little pictures.
Okay, I hate you more. Sonia and Patrick make their way to the escape shuttle, hop on board, and fly off just as the enormous ship behind them explodes, sending shockwaves rippling through space. With Earth in sight and freedom practically within reach, they feel a sudden thud against the shuttle.
Oh no, they hit Karen.
The monitors flicker on, revealing that the two-headed dinosaur has somehow been clinging to the outside of the shuttle this whole time.
Oh no, it's something worse.
Patrick has officially had enough. He straps on his helmet, heads outside, and faces the beast. He says,
Hey, you're not on the boarding list. Hey, wait a minute, let me see. Yeah, you're not on the boarding list, so get off the boat. Wait, what is this? Is this a boat? Is this a boat?
The dinosaur, not speaking English, responds by growing a third head and unleashing a steady stream of electricity and fire at him, which is what things do when they don't speak English, I think. Patrick dodges and blasts away, but quickly realizes his weapons are basically just tickling it. Sonia spots this and points him toward a prototype railgun installed on the shuttle. It channels the ship's entire power output into one supercharged shot. Patrick fires it. The railgun blasts the dinosaur clean off the ship and sends it spinning out of the Earth's orbit, probably into the sun or maybe into someone else's problem.
Yeah.
They land safely back on Earth, and that's it. That's the end of our story and the end of the franchise, and thank God.
Yeah, but in the end, this thing didn't tie any loose ends at all. We're left wondering, I mean, if you want to put in the effort to wonder, you could wonder what happened to the androids and all the cloned fetuses. Mm-hmm. Do they make it to Earth? Are they still out there? Does the Ozymandias explode? Or was it warp jumping toward Earth? I found some... I do homework for this, Caleb. I looked at some fandom sites. There's speculations. Maybe it didn't explode. It was warp jumping toward Earth.
Oh.
Which...
That's incredibly interesting.
Yeah, I know, right? What's Karen's fate? You know, at which point was she real or robot? You know, we don't know. Mother could have created tons of clones of her. If she's a robot, can she survive space and land somewhere? And then become a sex sister for Patrick. What happened to Mother? Is she just on the ship, or is she on a hard drive? You could just take her and put her in another thing. I don't know. Too bad we'll never find out in Dino Crisis 4, because they're not bringing this back. This ruined the whole fucking thing, dude. They made this one, and people were like, "Nah, no more."
Yeah. Capcom tried what was it, Exoprimal? I think just a few years ago, which people thought was going to be like a Dino Crisis like reboot, but it was just humans shooting dinosaurs, which I guess was the part you wanted in Dino Crisis. And I think most people were just like, yeah, we'll just have this one. We don't need all the other crap around it. We're fine.
Yeah. Oh well, the first couple were okay. What are you gonna do? But that's it. We did it. We did another series. We came back. We did 3 episodes. We did our 3 episodes a year to satisfy the sponsors. I think they're happy.
That's why we get such shitty sponsors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they were like, if you do 25 a year, we're like, hey. 3.
Give us one of them 3-episode sponsors.
Yeah,
they did.
Oh, they sure did. Yeah. Unfortunately, we have to pay them to do it. It's not even making us any money. So,
yeah,
we're in a tight spot.
We don't understand how this all works.
That's true. But with that said, Caleb and I will take some time. Caleb will flail around on walls. I'll go up on stage and talk about my butthole. And in between all that, we'll come up with another episode to to shoot out. Maybe we'll find a one-off to do that won't take so long. But anyway, despite Dino Crisis, the third one, a little weird, still a lot of fun. Still love getting together and doing the episodes, so we won't be gone for long. But that does conclude yet another Tales episode and series.
And please subscribe if you aren't already subscribed. And if you'd be so kind, give us a rating and review wherever you're listening. It really does help. And if you want to reach out, you can do that. We're at Blue Sky. I'm at Caleb J. Ross, and Travis is at Trav Plays Games.
That's right. You got corrections, you got complaints, you got a spicy take, you just want to share some love. That's fine. You can do all that. You can send your angry, happy, or mildly in between emails to polykillpodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget to check out everything else over at polymedianetwork.com. That's our network's website, and I keep that updated about once every 6 months. So if you're lucky, maybe you'll hit it on a good day, and it'll have relevant information. Big thanks to Brad Sucks for our intro and outro theme. And of course, thank you for listening.
Goodbye, everybody.
And with that, the tale has been told!